I never ticked the right boxes.
You're overqualified.
People don't want to employ 50-year-olds.
Where can I get the funds to do this? How do I make this work? Have I missed anything?
Am I doing this right? Am I on the right track?
Made redundant because of the recession.
I'm not very good at that.
Tax and returns and national insurance,
Get their money from the government.
and
You're going to
the
start your
principle.
business tomorrow. I fainted.
Returns and national insurance,
Get their money from the government.
So they
and
asked
that was one of the
for
principles
21 against a new
problems that I
I'm Jenny Maxwell. The company is Water Alert Limited. It's a water detection and monitoring system that can tell in great detail where water has been detected, how deep it is, how fast it's rising, and how fast it's spreading.
My name is Norma Vondi and I'm a public artist in Mosaic. I do projects in schools and in education, large public commissions, and I do small private work.
My business is Lorraine Tapper Marketing, helping local businesses to market their business on the internet.
Everybody has something that they're good at, some gift, some talent. Can it be turned into a way of making a living?
Essentially, I engrave glass and crystal. Most of the work that I do is bespoke. People tell me what they want engraved and I engrave it for them.
So my name is Briar Scudamore. I am the Managing Director, Chief Executive, Marketing Director, Finance Director, T-Girl for Autobiography, an online system that means anybody can produce a beautiful book of their life story.
Best thing that I could have done was to work for myself. And, you know, I don't think just because as I say, because I'm 50, so what?
I'm 62.
It's hard to think that I'm nearly 60.
Through my life, I've had some different employment positions where I've actually learnt various things and I've been able to call on those skills in actually creating my own business.
There's the work I do in schools and there's the work I do on large buildings. When one is slow, the other one takes over. If I wasn't as old as I am, I wouldn't have those skills to be able to do that.
The fact that you're overqualified is good, because what are you overqualified in? How can you translate that into something that can become a product?
All the mistakes you've made, you don't make those again in your own business, which is really, really useful.
Work out what you specialise in and then see from there if there's a job that you can create or a business you can create from that. I had this idea and I said to myself, right, I'm going to put myself behind this idea because it is so simple.
Early 60s, I got ill. I had a crashing nervous breakdown, which meant that I really was not ever going to find another job at that age and with a history of mental instability. Nobody's going to employ me. You wouldn't, I wouldn't.
I've got breast cancer and that I've got fantastic treatment, but it's one of those things that you think, I'm not going to actually wait too much longer because you never know what's going to happen. So the positive thing from breast cancer with me was giving me the extra oomph to do my own business.
I developed ME and I was made redundant. I approached the job centre and said, look, I'm 52 and I've got ME. What do you think my chances are of finding more paid employment? And they sort of shrugged their shoulders and said, none really.
One of the ways I learned stuff was by contacting Prime, the Prince's Initiative for Mature Enterprise. They were fantastically helpful. They've got business plans, all sorts of things that can help you think about the issues when you're starting up a business.
I found that they specialised in giving advice to people over the age of 50 who were in business or starting their own business. And they were able to give me a lot of information and send me in directions that I hadn't actually thought of before.
They keep you up to date with very useful business information.
Practical advice, signposting, if you like, other places that you could go, other resources that you could access.
The networking event, you'll go and meet different people who've got different businesses. It's a great opportunity in terms of the networking opportunities during those sessions to talk about your ideas, kick your ideas around.
You can get a lot of the resources which will help you.
Listening to other mature entrepreneurs talk about their businesses and having come from all walks of life. But in some cases of some of the women had never actually worked. They'd been homemakers, brought up families and children and were turning a hobby into a business.
Egan turned up for a preliminary half-hour meeting to see whether we liked each other. And 2.5 hours later, we're sitting there laughing at each other on about our 9th cup of tea and 5th plate of biscuits. And he's been absolutely great.
One of the issues Jenny has in Waterloo is to try and build finance and look at where we're going to get it from. Well, I think from the question being asked to having some options on the hob, if you wish, it might have taken us about 10 or 15 minutes.
The most important thing of all, I think, is where to focus my energy.
And I think that's the difference, or part of the difference. A mentor can help.
Knowing that there's somebody there who's been there, who's done it, who also believes in the product, knows that I've got a winner.
And the mentee gets a real kick out of that someone's batting for them. There's nothing to stop anybody at any age, even at 65, 75, starting a business.
Generally, the advice that I would give is to get as much information as you possibly can.
3 tips for running a business.
Get up early,
Believe in yourself.
mix with nice people.
Listen to people particularly when they criticise.
And work really hard.
And give it 100%.
Find the right people for the right advice.
There really isn't any reason for you to think it's over because you're 50. There really isn't.